Now then, this is a real brief video about these. The van in question, we fixed it, and I just captured a bit of quick footage whilst it was here. But I'm just reminding you that that is solar in, that is alternator in, that is a common negative, and that is battery. Yeah, so they're designed to run your solar on the van, and then when you start the alternator it starts charging the batteries, and when you switch the engine off it disconnects the starter battery from the house batteries. So a perfect bit of kit. One of the problems I found was you can't really see any settings or anything. There's no screen, there's no Bluetooth or anything like that, whereas Renogy, the equivalent, has got Bluetooth. Anyway, see what you think about this video, and comments would be much appreciated. Now then, okay, we've got a van here, and up there is a CTEK, and I'll show you it a bit later on. We're having problems. If you remember, I did a CTEK investigation. Well, this is where that came from, and there's a new one in there, and we were worried that it wasn't working correctly. Okay, so we did a drop test on these batteries and they were good. They were showing 9.5, 10 volts even after 30 seconds with a drop tester, so that's good. I've just put my remote digital meter in place, and those who've been on the solar course will be very familiar with this digital 2-wire meter, digital, in a cardboard box. So that's showing the battery voltage. So we had to remove one wire that was inappropriate, put it like that, in the initial build, whenever it was. So now this wire here is the charge wire from both the alternator and the solar, and it comes from the far on the CTEK. There are 4 bolts. This one here is the battery positive, and this wire comes from the battery positive. Okay, so if we have a look, do you want to zoom down on that top there and look at the screen? That way is to zoom down. Yeah, good. So we got 20 amps there. That is probably the van's running, so there'll be 2 or 3 amps from solar and the rest from the alternator. And we've got a 250 watt resistive load here as a test for the inverter, and that's drawing 20 amps. So everything's keeping up with itself, but the battery voltage is slowly rising. We're on 12.7 now. Yeah, so it seems to work. There was 1 or 2 wiring problems, and I don't know what happened, but we did have a big fuse blown, so we've made a temporary one. Right? We're fully aware it's a temporary one. This is just for investigation only. Now Theo's just going to go and switch off the engine, and let's just see what happens to the voltages in the system. Bearing in mind we've got a 250 watt load on this. Okay, so battery off. No, engine off. Okay, so now we've got, well, that's a bit odd. Why have we got 17, 16? There's a delay going on here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's not very solary today. Solar is picking up. It's about 2 amps on the solar. Okay, and we've still got the load of about 20 amps because we've got the 250 watt load, and the voltage is 12.2. okay, and it doesn't really go below that, so it stays about its, when you put a load on it, it'll stay about its nominal 12 volts. If we go down to 11 volts, then you know we're in trouble. But a remote digital meter that you can see at a glance is an absolute must. And I've talked about this in Wind and Solar 4, and I've shown it various times, and we have the very same meter in our kitchen, and of course we're on a 51 volt system, and it's a 2-wire, so it runs off its own power, and there it's been running for 10 years or something in the kitchen. Just a brief glance tells you what the battery voltage is, and you know, they're for sweeties. They're not very much money, but it just doesn't it just show everything at a glance.
It's been like, yeah, hugely useful. Like otherwise I'm getting the multimeter out and I'm faffing in between like experiments or and just losing my train of thought. This easy glance, know what's happening.
And then the other thing, of course, is a clamp meter. It really tells you where the current flow is. So we had to dig into this system. There wasn't that much wrong, but there was one or two things wrong, and we've cleared it, and now it works. Yeah, what it really wants now is get these batteries. I think they're fully charged or reasonable, but we need to give them a bit more of a charge and then do a full load test. Right, hopefully you found this interesting. I'm just going to show you the CTEK. It'll be on wobbly cam, so hang on. Okay, here's wobbly cam. There's the CTEK, and because the bottom light there, because the engine's off, it's no longer illuminated, yeah, but all's working well. And below we had this low voltage disconnect that was wired in the wrong way, yeah. And so what we've done is we've taken the connection to alternator, that wire there, it was on this side of that low voltage disconnect. We've moved it and put it onto the wire from the alternator, because the CTEK is supposed to do that very function, to isolate the starter battery from the house batteries when the engine is not running. So I think we're there. 2 or 3 hours and we're done. Right, comments, discussion, catch up with you soon. Cheers for now.